Welcome, age of vintage society. The times are hard for us to remain too serious about life, the reason we often turn to Hollywood for entertainment. Sometimes we are carried away by the personal stories of entertainers rather than the entertainment they provide. A typical case of Gloria Grahame, the Oscar-winning talent who became scandalously famous off-screen than her screen personality. Fans got more than a dose of her sexual rascality and jaw-dropping stories that can only be true in a fantasy world. She made them a reality within her heartbreaking marriages. Gloria Grahame slept with her stepson? I want you to know, my viewers, how much I appreciate you. Without your support, these videos wouldn't be possible. Thank you for those who hit the thanks button, and for the Patreons. Before we forget, the greatest show on earth star Gloria Grahame, her troublesome marriages and tragic death. I don't know what you think about her career and lifestyle, but this time all I could remember is that Gloria Grahame was a rare talent, had the shines that Hollywood desperately looked for, but was ambitiously careless and self-expressive. I'm not in the category of people who will blame or name-shame a beautiful soul and legendary icon like Grahame because of her life misfortune occasioned by her flaws as a human. All I would say is that if only wishes were horses, I'm sure her kind of character would drive Hollywood like a limo. Variety is a spice of life. Gloria Grahame was like a precious brand in Hollywood. Her career success may have faded, but her personal stories continue to resonate with the things she encountered and the things that encountered her. In a disastrous life of heartbroken marriages, one disgraceful affair, and a sizzling career as a celebrated actress with a stylish Oscar medal, Gloria Grahame is no doubt the picture-perfect pigeonhole of the Hollywood femme fatale. I don't know if you've heard about Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool. Quite interesting, right? It is a tale about Gloria Grahame's affair with a younger actor, Peter Turner, who she began an illicit affair with some years back, left without a goodbye, but returned to meet him for the last time in her cancer-threatened last days. The lyric was that Gloria Grahame traumatized Hollywood when she was seen with her teenage stepson in a compromising position, and as that movie portrayed, the adventure ended with her death after an encounter with him in Liverpool. Widely talked about as the original Hollywood bad girl, Gloria Grahame may have found the bliss that eluded her through her troublesome marriages, when it was almost over for her. But more interesting is that the fellow is a gentleman that was almost half her age. The Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool production had Annette Bening starring as Gloria, while Jamie Bell appears as Peter, the young lover. It is quite sad that what looked like a classic fantasy movie tale is a true life story of highly energetic Gloria Grahame, as told by the book published with the same title. Just to satisfy your curiosity, Gloria Grahame may not be as great as Marilyn Monroe in the sex symbol category, but her lazily self-confident manner of exploitation distinguished her persona from others. Critics say if her on-screen and off-camera chemistry was compelling enough to get her highest billing alongside famous actors, she must have been an embodiment of talent. Her brand of character was strong enough to spellbind two powerful Hollywood filmmakers, who took her in as a wife at different times. Her graceful ability in harmonizing her desire with worldly bitterness and blazing sensuality may have added glamour to her career legacy as a screen legend in the golden age of film noir in the 1950s. Everything about Gloria was rosy until the media's ill repute and her insecurities got a better hold of her, and may have also contributed to her fall. Gloria Grahame is one lady who refused to do things the Hollywood way, turning down the casting couch, and still gave herself an Oscar. I hear that she scribbled the names of her ex-lovers on bed-sheets to make her husband see red. Miserably, she happens to be a lady with an abysmal taste for men. Though she was able to pull through the hurdles fate was against her, it seemed almost the good things she deserved came too late. Away from personal tragedies, Gloria Grahame was a shining light with her starring roles in Oklahoma, It's a Wonderful Life, and The Greatest Show on Earth. Appearing in over 50 movies, Gloria will be mostly remembered as the Elephant Girl, though some fans would say that the film Oklahoma is the hit for her, a movie she appeared as Ado Annie, and earned a wonderful label as "I'm just a girl who can't say no." Starring opposite James Stewart in the Christmas classic It's a Wonderful Life is ironic because Gloria's life was wonderful. The reason she finally left Liverpool for the US, where she died in the presence of her family in New York sometime in 1981. Then she was just 57. The timely Film Stars Don't Die movie did give poor publicity to Gloria's image, because it failed to show the legendary shows that best define her flamboyant life in Hollywood before that time. Not even her career high point, that Oscar Award reception that got a lot of people talking after she made a 4-words acceptance speech, "Thank you very much," and left the podium to the amazement of all. And years later she was telling fans how she suffered from a bad attack of Oscar fright and did not think she had recovered from it at the time. Some months after she won the prestigious award, Gloria appreciated the accolade, only that her son had a better use for the statuette than what it was meant to serve her. "I haven't seen my Oscar since I won it. Timmy plays with it, takes it to bed with him when he goes to sleep. And of course no mother would want to take away something that gives her child joy," she had said. In case you don't know, Gloria Grahame Hallward was born in 1923 in Los Angeles to an English father, Michael Hallward, and a Scottish mother, Jean Graham. Her mother, a British stage actress, provided an early inspiration to little Gloria. She got an early acting lesson from her as a teenager and became highly interested that she could not wait to complete her education at Hollywood High School before joining the entertainment circle. Of course, she ditched schooling for a career as a stage performer and made her movie debut in 1944 with MGM. Before this time, she was part of a long-running travesty, Goodnight Ladies, at Chicago's Blackstone Theatre, and her first Broadway performance at the Royal Theatre as Florrie in The World's Full of Girls of 1943, an adaptation of Thomas Bell's 1943 novel Till I Come Back to You. It was said that when director Frank Capra wanted a young, sexy blonde and flirting character to appear in the James Stewart Christmas classic It's a Wonderful Life, he had asked for assistance from the casting director at MGM, Bill O'Grady, who told him about Gloria Grahame. What about her, he had asked. O'Grady painted an image of Gloria as someone best suited for the role, but expressed doubt if he could convince the studio to bring her in because of her carefree character. Capra thought Gloria perfectly fitted into the picture owing to her peculiar marital tale at the time and other hints of talent that was irresistible movie material. Already her first marriage then to actor Stanley Clements was tossed as lust at first sight, with an expected relationship scenario that quickly played out as wedding, bedding, fighting and separation. After Clements allegedly physically manhandled her, Capra considered her nature and decided to draft her in, and instantly Gloria got her stardom. It seemed Gloria had a soft spot that was exploited by the men around her, considering how easily she forgives and yet gets the worst of them thereafter. Amazingly, she made up with Clement for a brief period that did no good to her sanity, as the duo separated bitterly. How she got hooked by the Playboy prodigy Nick Ray, the king of film noir, who everyone thought was a male version of her character, remained a marvel. Ray was good-looking but an obsessive gambler and philanderer. He had a habit of frolicking with his leading actresses, wasted cash at gambling tables ending in bad debt, to which Gloria was always available to bail him out. Critics say sex and hostility became the evil wind driving their marriage. "I had to possess her. I didn't particularly like her," Ray had said when the going became tough. I can't tell the many things that bedevilled her union with Ray. I can only say that the famous Rebel Without a Cause director, who also directed Gloria and Bogart in the 1950 murder thriller A Lonely Place, was in a bitter relationship with his wife almost all the time. We can't always tell the exact circumstances that put her in that extreme situation, where she found comfort in the arm of her stepson Tony. We can only talk about the shock the news gave fans in Hollywood, which some said even the most creative script writer would think twice before creating. Emerging from what could be described as marital torture in a world of showbiz where every publicity increases fame, whether good or bad, Gloria became the lady every producer wanted to meet, not for a movie role this time, but for her sensual cuteness. As an ambitious actress, Gloria wanted fame, but now she found herself being chased around by it, so she had to clown and manipulate her way to the top. As a writer puts it, she navigated from the girl you can have for a cup of coffee to a girl you needed champagne to begin negotiations. With her upgraded status, she realised she needed to improve her look with a face renovation. She thought that her lips were too tiny and puckered, so she padded up with tissues or related material as part of the make-up practice to enhance her look. That practice had an irritating effect on her leading men who kissed her on set. She did not end there, because several cosmetic plastic surgeons worked together to restructure the mouth into something more honourable and gave her the glower plus sleepy eyes that is today her trademark. All is well that ends well. The outcome was remarkable enough to entice scriptwriter Cy Howard, who took her into a third marriage. The marriage with handsome Cy began in grand style, and Gloria became a movie empress. She was smart, high-spirited, and created some of the most hilarious gossips in the print while living in Howard's extravagant ranch-style home. It was within this period that she appeared in Oklahoma, alongside Gene Nelson. But how things move fast in the wrong direction each time she is in marriage is one of her biggest undoings. Her attitude ridiculed him. There were always issues to settle. Not too long, the atmosphere became tense for the couple as they exchanged blows at some point and sooner were eating together. The pattern continued: shout in the morning, laugh by nightfall, and restarted the fighting in bed. It continued to the point she had to cut pieces of Cy's Savile Row suits with scissors. The distinguished scriptwriter did not find it funny, but his femme fatale companion was satisfied with her action. Gloria Grahame is sure one character that wants to have her way in almost all things, and has a way of making a statement about that. Cy thought that they could rekindle their romantic life by making a short trip to London with her, but on their first night together he never knew that his wife had her plan. A violent quarrel occurred, making Cy walk out on her. But what was the issue? Angry Cy was telling his friends how his dear Gloria took a black make-up pencil and wrote the names of every man she had married and dated on the bedsheet, and wondering how he can handle such an issue. With all that played out, the actual victim was their child Paulette, who became a subject of a long custody bout. Critics say Gloria Grahame had always wanted to be a free woman, but desperately wanted to be loved. I also hear that early in her career Gloria was given a lead in Born Yesterday in 1950, but she would not ride alone in a limo with an infamous womanizer, Howard Hughes, so she was discarded. There are reasons to believe that Gloria was bullied, causing her to change her look. Insecure and shy, she modified her lips and was branded the girl with the Novocaine lip. They said she could not sing, but still used her in nightclub singing roles, and had her voice dubbed. This was not because of her beauty, but because producers thought she was a natural sex symbol. Gloria Grahame's 10-minute screen part in The Bad and the Beautiful landed her an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress at the 1953 Academy Awards, which saw her making the funniest acceptance speech in history that caused criticism, as fans and critics concluded that she may have made the statement under influence. Her final marriage, however, was the most controversial, not because they were fighting or cheating on each other, but because she did find true love in the same man, her ex-stepson. Described as a doomed marriage, the union with Tony Ray, Peter Turner, looked like what she has always wanted, a man more decent, funny, and handsome, who wasn't looking for the best wife. But just when it seemed life was about to begin afresh for this great lady, the ugly hands of fate struck with cancer and turned our once vivacious and independent Gloria into a fragile, miserable woman. She was given a job in England. Then she was 55, living in a low-key flat in London, when she met Peter, who was 20 years younger. As one who projected sex, it was easier for them to come together again. At the time, Gloria was suffering from breast cancer, but would not let him know. She also rejected chemo because she did not want to lose her hair. Though frightened to her wit, she still moved on with her acting. Their 2-year love affair was severed, but Gloria thought it wise to make a final call and stayed with him briefly before transcending to eternal glory. Gloria Grahame suffered a lot because of Hollywood's casting couch, but others have taken advantage of this quite cleverly. Did Sylvia Sidney use her tool to win roles?